Hello, learners. So, we are back with another module. Now, in this module, we will learn about search engine marketing. In short, we call it as SEM or PPC, that is pay per click. So, in this module, we'll go through a bit of basics. And in the next segment, I would like to showcase the dashboard also, how it looks like. So in our previous module, we have gone through introduction to SEO. So now there are two things over here. So as a user, if someone searches for a particular keyword, let's say, uh, for example, salon near me. So on search engine platforms, we would get to see on top if there is someone who is not putting up any ad, then we will see the first link which is coming on top. That means someone would have doing SEO on it. But if you see some link on top of it which is written as sponsored, consider it that someone paying for it to come on top. That's nothing but pay per click. If you are paying on that link, that means the person or the organization who is running that particular ad is spending something on Google to rank that particular link on top of Google search engine, right? So we have to be very, very sure that as a business and as a organization, we should follow Google Ads, because if we are doing Google Ads, then we can definitely increase the conversion or sales and make sure that our user visits the website and takes certain actions, right? So, moving ahead, let's get to see what we are going to do with this module. In this module, we will learn about what is Google Ad, how it works, then how to create ad groups and how to do keyword matching. Then we will be talking about budgeting and bidding strategy. We will learn about ad quality score and performance metrics. And then we will go through the Google Ad interface, wherein I will show you Google Ad Planner, right? Let's move ahead. Now, Google Ads, what is Google Ads? Google Ads is an online advertisement platform by Google that allows business to display ads across Google Search, YouTube, and other partner sites. As a person, as a layman, let's say if I am visiting uh, YouTube and watching any video. So in the start of the video, if you get to see any ad, that means someone is running Google ad and have been targeting you so that you watches that ad and take certain action, right? Similarly, if you are seeing any link on the on Google search platform which is coming on top and mentioned sponsored on top of that particular link, understand that someone is paying Google, and hence Google is showcasing that ad to you because you have put your keywords on the search engine platforms, right? So it operates on a pay per click model, right? Which means advertisers pay only when users click on their ads, right? So if a user is like, if I am a user and I wanted to see what is it that particular link all about. If I click on that link only, then Google will deduct certain amount as per the backend algorithm that has been set by the marketer. Now, these are the very important aspects moving forward in Google Ads, which you all need to know. Number one is campaign setup. Advertisers like me, I used to create campaigns targeting specific keywords or audiences. I can target, a particular state. I can target particular demographic. I can target as per my requirements, as per the audiences, as per the target audiences that my product or services serve for. Right now, so first we need to set up a campaign, right? First, after setting up a campaign, we need to make sure that when a user searches for certain particular thing, like if a user search for certain keyword, for example, Digital Marketing Institute in Hyderabad, Google runs an auction to determine which ads appear on top, right? Because you need to understand this particular thing in a way with this particular example. For example, so I am having my digital uh, digital marketing course, and I wanted to run the ad on Google. So what I'll do, my company's name is, or you can say my institute's name is ABC, and there is one person which is a competition of mine. He is running his institute's ad, right? And I am making sure that I beat my competition. How can I do that? So let's say the ad budget per click, we need to set per click budget, and we need to make sure we tell Google, hey, that I am spending this particular amount for a single click. For example, I want to rank my ad on top. What I can do, I can initially put a budget which I do not know. For example, XYZ company is also running any particular ad. In that case, if I want to beat that company, what I need to do, I need to do A/B testing. How can we do A/B testing? Now, let's assume that XYZ company is running ad pay per click amount. XYZ has set up, let's say, 10 rupees on a particular click. But as a marketer of ABC company, I do not know how to beat XYZ company, right? Now, what I'll do as a marketer, I'll assume that um, XYZ uh, company has put, let's say, 2 rupees on a particular ad. What I'll do, I'll put 3 rupees on my pay-per-click model, so that if someone clicks on that link in my campaign, 3 rupees would be deducted from my wallet, right? Now, that uh, XYZ, as I told you, that XYZ company is running 10 rupees. But if I am investing 3 rupees, I won't be able to beat that ad. That means XYZ's company's ad will come on top, and still I might not even come on the first page. There might be other companies, other competitors who is might be close to XYZ. Let's say there is one more company which is investing 9 rupees, and hence coming second on from the top. Here we need to play smart, right? As a marketer of ABC company, I need to make sure that I surpass or I compete with XYZ company. In that case, I would, gradually increase the budget. Once I increase the budget and I see my stats, right, where I am coming on, whether I am coming on first page, whether I'm coming on the second page. If I'm coming on the second page, then where am I ranking accordingly? If I mean, I need to keep a track of each and everything so that I beat XYZ company, right? So let's say if I'm not visible on the second page also, if I'm putting 5 rupees as a budget for pay-per-click model, right? In that case, I need to do again brainstorming that how much amount I need to put, right? So let's say if I'm sure that okay, per pay-per-click amount that XYZ company is putting, let's say 10 rupees, or let's say 8 to 10 rupees. It's is my guess, right? But then I want to make sure that I comprehensively beat XYZ company. In that case, I might put, 20 rupees per click. Now, if I do that, who will be losing the amount, right? I'll be losing the amount because I have put 20 rupees over 10 rupees, right? Because the loss is mine, and hence my uh, ad will come on top, but then I'll be using, or I'll be investing a huge amount to make sure that my link is coming on top. Here again, let's say if I put 20 rupees, I again need to drop down in a way that I still come on top of XYZ company, right? We need to do this kind of brainstorming and then execution, implementation, all those things to make sure that we are beating XYZ company with a good margin. When I talk about good margin, margin should be very less in terms of investment. Now, as a ABC company, if I am putting up an ad, let's say pay per click amount is 11 rupees, I can still be beating, you know, XYZ company, right? So this is the way we need to keep on testing our ads so that it optimize well, and hence we are beating the competition as well. So it's again, as I told you, ad auction. That is, I mean, we need Google runs an auction to determine which ads appears on top accordingly, and then ad rank calculation that Google considers factors like bid amount, ad quality, relevance of relevance to determine placement. All those factors are very important to come on top. Now again, we need to also see what a user does after clicking on that ad. So that's particularly is known as user interaction. If a user clicks the ad, they are directed to the advertiser's landing page. And then if that user is taking certain action, then only as a marketer, your purpose of running ad will fulfill. Now, performance tracking is another major aspect for a marketer or advertisers, because this particular uh, tracking gives you or helps you to monitor metrics like impressions, clicks, and conversions to optimize campaign. So we will go through each and everything when I'll be showing you the dashboard of Google Ads. Now, it is also very important how to create ad groups and keyword matching. So any campaigns, so basically, if we are running any ad, we need to make sure that first we create any campaign. So in a campaign, there would be ad groups. So in a campaign, there might be different ad groups, more than one. right? So each campaign would be having uh, an ad group under which we will be defining the ads and the keywords in that particular ad group. Now, each ad group contains a set of ads that target specific keywords, as I told you earlier. Here's how to create them, right? You need to understand how we are creating a particular ad group, right? Now, define first, we need to define our theme, right? So, how are we defining a theme? Group keywords around a common theme. Example, running shoes. So for example, if I'm a marketer having as a product running shoes, for that I want to run a campaign, right? So I'll be creating a campaign under which we'll be defining the keywords, I mean the group keywords that we'll be putting up, right? And it should be very common to the campaign or the ad group that we are creating, right? Now, here first what we need to do, first we need to create or we need to choose relevant keywords, right? Now how to choose relevant keywords, as I gave you the example of running shoes. So we can see what are keywords, what are users are searching for. It might be uh, you know uh, if I'm putting up running shoes, so it user might search for shoes for running, right? Shoes for workouts, shoes for kind of or we can keep like daily running shoes. So all these keywords can be utilized when we are selecting a ad group, when we are creating an ad group, right? So that match, or I mean, we need to think as a user's intent, like what a user might be thinking to purchase certain shoes, right? Now after selecting the keywords, so let's say if we have made around 20, 30 keywords, we need to make sure we write ad around that keywords, right? So we need to make or we need to create multiple ads within that group to test the performance of the campaign, right? So there would be different options, like there would be different headlines, there would be different descriptions. All we need to write accordingly in a single ad group so that it keeps on testing the performance of a particular ad. Now, then once we write ad, then we need to set the bidding. Now, how can we set the bidding? So adjust bids based on keyword competitiveness. Like whenever we are searching for a keyword, that particular keyword will be associated with certain bids, certain amount. For example, running shoes. So running shoes would be having certain bid amount associated with this particular keyword. So we need to make sure that on a whole, if someone is running Google ad on this particular keyword, running shoes, then they are spending a minimum amount of, let's say, 10 rupees per keyword, right? And this we need to, follow the Google rules. If it is showing up 10 rupees, then the average amount that we are spending on a particular keyword should be 10 rupees. It's as simple as that. Now, before doing all these things, it is very, very important for us to optimize the landing page. We need to make sure that landing page aligns with the ad content. We cannot just randomly run any particular ad and let's say after clicking on that link, user are seeing something else, some other products maybe. So we need to make sure that the product or the service aligns with the ad content. If it is not aligning, then the user will not take certain actions, right? So it's very, very important to create and create an ad group like this. Then comes the keyword matching. Now there are, four types of keyword matching things. We call it as connecting with your audience, right? So let's say I'm searching for this particular keyword like running shoes. So daily running shoes, let's say. Now that means I am an athlete, right? I can also put a keyword like athlete shoes, right? Or we can keep certain any other brand. So let's say if my company's name is ABC and I want to compete with Nike Nike shoes or Adidas shoes, then I can even utilize competitors name to make sure that we target the competitor, as well as if someone is searching for Nike shoes, then our ad come on top. This also happens, right? So if you see, there are four types of matching keywords. Number one is broad match. Now, broad match could be any kind of shoes. For example, there might be different kinds of shoes, but then as a marketer, we need to make sure that we are putting up the shoes, names, brand, quality, type accordingly to that particular ad, and making sure that ad is coming on top. Because if as a user, if I'm looking for sports shoes, I would love to have running shoes keyword as well, and making sure that I'll be clicking on that link and visiting on the landing page, which as a shoe vendor or the company ABC you wanted to showcase, right? So it becomes a broad match. So anything, anyone, any freaking person is searching for shoes, it might land up on your landing page also, right? So that's broad match. There is something called phrase match, which targets queries containing your phrase in order, like shoes for running, right? So this becomes a phrase, right? So if we are putting these kind of phrases, then your link should come on top. Our main objective should be like people should click on that link and then take certain action, right? Next is exact match. Now I'll show you how phrase match and exact match have been written. So I mean the example is right here, right? So delivers ads when the exact keyword is being mentioned, right? So how an exact keyword could be mentioned under this kind of bracket. You can see this is the bracket, right? So under exact match, we need to put the keywords under this closed bracket, right? And hence, if someone is searching for this particular keyword, it will come on top. I mean, the link will come on top and your ad will show up. Next is negative keywords. Now, negative keywords, let's say my shoes are on the, uh, you know, uh, branded shoes, or you can say it's a, valuable shoe, or you can say it's not a cheap shoe, it's a it's pretty expensive shoes, right? So we need to make sure that we exclude irrelevant terms like cheap shoes to avoid wasting the budget, right? So but if let's say if I have not put any negative keywords like this, like cheap shoes, then again my if someone is looking for cheap shoes, then they would also come up on this Google, and would start seeing your link, and then they will click on that link, and after clicking that link they will understand that yeah, this is not a cheap shoe, this is expensive shoe. So we need to make sure that as a marketer we need to make sure that we negate we put certain negative keywords as well, so that your campaign runs good without any loss. Now we need to understand the Google ad structure. Now this diagram represents how your from the account level how your Google ad would look like. Now Google Ads has three level structure. It's like a tree or a building which you can see in this image, right? Number one is account level. This is the foundation created with your Google account, right? Includes your billing information, email access, and user permissions. Now, in this account level, only you only need one Google Ads account per business, unless you are managing multiple clients. Like let's say if you are having multiple clients and you are running Google Ads for each and every clients, you'll get to see accounts, different accounts for different, you have to have different accounts for different clients. I'll showcase you when I'll be going through the dashboard, right? Next is campaign level. This is the main strategy level, because if we are setting up a campaign, we are deciding what kind of ad which we want for our users to see. For example, if I'm having shoe brand, and then I've shot a beautiful video, we can keep it as ad, showcase it as an ad. So I can run as a marketer. I need to make sure that I should run YouTube ads as well, because that would make a brand visible, right? So in this case, we need to define our goal, what kind of ad we want to run through Google Ads, right? Important thing again, my goal would be different from the person. So as a marketer, my goal might be different, right? The goal might include uh, either I want to run lead ad, either I wanted to run any traffic on a particular website, or I want to do a brand awareness kind of thing, or either I wanted to run Google ad and I want to run any kind of sales campaign. So all these things will define the goal of your ad, right? So the goal would be defined on the campaign level, wherein on the account level, as I told you earlier, you need to maintain different. You can maintain different account for different clients. Now, as a marketer, we need to make sure that we put our daily budget or monthly budget, right? So again, as I told you, there would be certain bidding strategies involved, right? So we need to make sure that we are putting a proper bidding strategy, let's say 1 rupees, 2 rupees, 3 rupees, as per your budget initially. And then if you want to beat your competitor, we need to make sure that we are increasing the budget and our ad is coming on top on the search result. Now, campaign type is again, I mean, I already told you what kind of ad you would be requiring. So there are different kinds of, campaign types, which you need to make sure that you choose as per your requirements. This includes search ads. So let's say if someone is searching any keyword on Google, right? So my ads should come on top is mainly called as search ad, right? Then there is something called display ad. So if I wanted to showcase certain banner as a display, right? So that banner should come on top, or that snippet, banner snippet should come along with the, search result. Then, as I told you earlier, as a marketer, let's say I'm having a shoe brand, and hence I have shot a beautiful ad and I wanted to showcase it to the viewers, right? I will be running YouTube ad, or in short, it will be known as video ad. Then there would be shopping ad, which would increase the number of sales. Then there would be something called performance max, or in short, we call it as PMax. Now, PMax campaigns are the campaigns which helps boost up your campaign types. For example, if I'm keeping search ad, and if I'm creating a PMax ad side by side, we are boosting up the search ad again, right? So PMax ads are very crucial nowadays, and we'll discuss this thing in a later on when we'll be showing you the dashboard. Next comes location and language targeting. So let's say if I want to run my ad, if my institute is in Hyderabad and I want to run ad for my institute, right? So I'll be targeting the location. I'll be targeting the local location. Now, let's say if I'm targeting a local space, a local location, then I might even specify my boundary, right? So that I want to showcase this particular ad to, let's say, 20 kilometers nearby my location, nearby my digital marketing course institute, so that people from 20 kilometers far away would come to my location to learn digital marketing, right? Again, let's say if it is Hyderabad, then I would be focusing on a particular language. Let's say Telugu is the most spoken language in Telangana, and hence I'll be targeting people who are into this language bent, right? So this way we are segregating and we are targeting the demographics as per our requirement. Next comes the bidding strategy. So there are certain, keywords, which, I mean, not keywords planning that we have done before, but then it is something called certain, terms specifically, you can say. So certain terms like CPC. CPC means cost per click. ROAS, return on ad spend, right? So these are certain examples, these are certain terms that you need to understand. So let's say for bidding strategy, as a marketer, we need to make sure that we are keeping manual CPC, that is manual click per cost per click, so that uh, we can do testing of that certain campaign. If we are putting if we are not going ahead with the manual CPC, then Google will understand its Google's machine learning understands the algorithm and everything, and hence it will showcase to, and it might increase the ad cost if we are not clicking the manual CPC method, right? Then target ROAS. Target ROAS means we need to target return on ad spend, right? So we need to make sure that we are maximizing our target, so that they take they click on the link and take the necessary action. For example, let's say you can run one campaign for search ads. We can also run another campaign for YouTube ads on a single campaign level, right? Then we can even run different types of campaign in a single campaign level. So we can do multiple things in a campaign level too. So in the image you can see we need to make sure that we are putting relevant headlines. As I told you before, that we cannot just put the headline randomly. It should also have the keywords that we are setting up in the backend. We need to also define the start date and end date. If there is no particular start or end date, we can skip this, and then we can save this complete structure, complete, you know, campaign level to make sure that it reaches different audiences. Next is ads and keywords level, right? Here inside this ad group, we need to make sure that we are putting proper words, phrases people type into Google that would trigger your ad, which might come on top, right? So here we need to be very wise. We need to think from the uh, user's perspective. So you choose which ones to target, use keywords, match types like broad match, phrase match, exact match type, so that we target relevant users. Now, how the ads might look like, right? So as I told you, nowadays it comes as sponsored. In some locations, it might come as ad on top this particular word, right? Highlighting those words, right? So, okay. So actual text or the visuals that users see typically includes headline, right? Now, what are headlines? The words which you can see under blue marks on top, right? Those are mostly the headline, right? For example, here it's mentioned as air filters, free next day shipping, right? On top, which is showing on, showing as a headline in bold blue letters are nothing but the headlines. And then comes the description. It's just like, you know, meta title and meta description that you have seen in SEO. It's just like that, right? So under description, again, we need to make sure that we are putting relevant keyword of a particular product. Here in this case, it's like, it's air filter, right? So again, high quality replacement filters for more than 40 air filters brands. Pick yours today. So this becomes the description, and accordingly we have to, give 90 characters accordingly, and hence it will come as a description. Then we need to set up the final URL, which is the landing page, on which landing page or which particular link we want to, transfer the clicks. That particular landing page link, we need to make sure that we attach those links over here. How would the display URL would look like? It is an optional path, but then if you want to give, you can also give it. Now, this is the best practice. Add 2 to 3 ads per ad group and let Google optimize, because if we are running a single ad, that ad might not be, coming on top, not be coming on first page or second page. We need to make sure that we are creating 2 to 3 ads in a group and distribute the amount accordingly, making sure that any one of the ad would come up, and Google's algorithm is set up in a way that Google will also optimize your particular ad. Now we also need to give extensions. For example, there is something called site extensions, right? So site extensions but are nothing but the links that you see over here, which is shop by filter size, shop by MERP rating 11, right? In the image you can see those things. So these are nothing but called as a site links. Then on top we can give phone number. So let's say if we are expecting some calls, we can even run the calls, right? And even we can have an IVR system in the backend set up. Now, IVR calls might even detect that, okay, people are clicking on that call, and we are getting calls even. Google ad in the end would also give you all those details, like how many people are calling on from the analytics portion. Then comes location. We can even put our location. We can even put snippets like free shipping, 24/7 support, like call outs, so that it boosts the click through rate. Click through rate, in short, we can say CTR. So now just wanted to give you a real example. For example, I am running a an online yoga course. For that, the account of the client would be your yoga brand account, right? Or and then under account, your campaign might be known as yoga course signups search ads. You can give the name accordingly, right? And then under that, the ad group one, on ad group one, we are putting beginner yoga keywords such as yoga for beginners, easy yoga class. As an ad group 2, we can put up advanced yoga. So this will suffice, uh, you know, 2 ad groups, and hence we are keeping ads under groups. Each group has 2 to 3 different ads that highlight benefits, right? We can even give the extensions and put up callouts like 100% online, certified trainer, etc., etc. So with this example, I believe you are all clear.